Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to kind of go over something that I feel is probably one of the most overlooked aspects of a family's kind of preparedness or emergency kit, and that is a first aid kit. And not just a basic first aid kit, but something with more trauma, I guess would be the word, supplies in it. This particular bag that I've got here is called the Adventure Kit 2.0. This is from Refuge Medical. They didn't pay me for this ad. I bought this bag myself. It's a high quality bag. This is made in America. It's a good company. There are lots of good first aid kit companies out there. There's a lot of bad ones too. So after doing my research, I felt like this was the best way to go for me. Good guys. They do a lot of good charitable work and stuff too. So that's why I went with them. You know, a lot of times people that shoot, they think about stuff like this because if you know how to make holes, you should know how to plug holes, as the saying goes. So like I've got an IFAK that I take with me whenever I go to the range. An IFAK is an individual first aid kit. I don't know really, I mean, they call this their adventure kit. It's kind of a FAK, kind of a family first aid kit. But anyway, they say that this is for boo-boos to broken bones to bullet holes. Let's see what's in here. I've actually already used this kit a few times and Kim has used it. You know, we keep this kit in the car so that it's always here. When we're at the house, it's here. We know where to go get it. We go somewhere, it's in the back of the car. Now they sell these kits in, like, you can get them in, I think, probably like an outdoor green and a coyote tan or a flat dark earth. I don't know, something like that. I went with the red in case there is an emergency. I can tell somebody, hey, it's the red bag in the back of the car. As I said, these kits are made in America. This bag is made in America. You can see right here on the tag. That's good to see that. Let's just kind of go through the bag and see what's in here. The first thing, trauma shears. Now, you've probably seen if you watch, let me just say this real quick too. I'm not qualified to teach how to use any of this stuff, okay? I'm just a regular guy I've taken some courses on how to use a lot of this stuff, but I'm certainly not in any way capable of showing you how to use any of this. I'm just going to show you what's in the bag and why it's good to have this stuff. Anyway, trauma shears. These are really good ones. These are from North American Rescue. They have a oxygen tank wrench built into them. You've probably, can you see that camera person? Hide my face. You've probably seen like doctors on TV, maybe even doctors in real life using these. Let me show you what they are good for. So let's say you've got an injury underneath your jeans, okay? And these jeans right here, what are these? Oh, you know what? These are from the last time I went to Taco Bell. I've had to do this before. Somebody has an injury, you open up your knife and you're like, yeah, you do that and you're trying to cut away to get to the injury. Highly unsafe because you could, you know, jug the person you're trying to help. So the trauma shears, really good for that right there. I'm gonna save these. Maybe a nice pair of cutoff shorts for the summer. Next thing is a cat tourniquet. This is probably one of the most important things to have in here. Even if you don't have an entire emergency medical bag, if you only get one thing, this should probably be what you get, is a cat tourniquet. And I'm not going to explain how to use these, but what are really good about these is these are for one person to be able to use on themselves very easily. And you know, I guess I'll kind of show you how it goes anyway. They come, when you buy it new, they're wrapped. You should stage them, they call it, where it gets them easy to put on yourself. So what happens is, let's say you're in a car wreck and you're bleeding out of your arm. You can bleed out in, I think, 3 seconds through a major artery. So what you do is you throw this on, one-handed, wrap it up, start to twist. And basically you just twist until the bleeding stops. That goes right there. Finish wrapping. That's your time strap there. Then what you would want to do is write what time the tourniquet went on, and that way people just kind of have a record. I think used to people thought that they could only stay on for a couple hours, but now they can stay on for 24 hours. Again, I'm not qualified to teach you how to use any of this stuff, but that's what that's for. Like I said, these are good if you have nothing else to have these. Okay, next thing to come out of here. This is an Olays bandage. I'm not gonna take this out. This is kind of a newer, better version of an Israeli bandage. You can see that it comes, you know, they wanna make sure that all this stuff stays sanitary, so that's why it's packaged like that. Okay, here's the other thing. This is a SWAT tee. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out so that you can see what this is. These are good for children, to put on small children, because the cat tourniquet might be a little big. You might not be able to get that down tight enough on a child. And kind of what this is it's almost just a big piece of rope. Man, it smells good. Smell that. Smell that. You smell that? It smells like, yeah, it almost smells like an orange sickle or something. Maybe it's just because my brain is seeing it orange, but, and I am not proficient at putting one of these on, but let's see. Everybody that knows how to do this is going to watch this and be like, you idiot. Basically, you would just wrap this around yourself as tight as you could, and then you tuck it down into itself, which I'm not doing a good job of. Okay, so there is a way of doing that. And I have seen where they have said, I didn't even think I saw it on Bear Independent is the channel of the guy who owns Refuge Medical. And I think one of the guys there was saying that he actually cuts these in half so that he has them for kids. So he's got 2 for kids. So there you have another tourniquet. Very easy to put on somebody else. Sharp shuttle, okay, that's for putting needles, stuff like that, anything that might be, you don't want to contaminate yourself with anything, you want to put it in there. There's one of the packs that comes in it. This is eye pads. You can see here, eye protectors, gauze. Let's see, what do we got here? 4x4, 3x3, and 2x2 gauze sponges for eye wounds. Refuge Medical, I think they say that this is their boo-boo to broken bones to bullet holes kit. So that's why you'll see there's some stuff in here that's minor, for minor injuries, and some stuff for major stuff. So as we talk about major stuff, this is their suture surgical kit. This has stuff basically for wound closure. A lot of gauze in here. There are scalpels in here. You know, nice stuff. My way of looking at this is a lot of this stuff, like here, you know, I don't know how to do wound closure with sutures and stuff, but I may be around somebody who does know how to do it. Maybe if we're in a group and something goes wrong and we need to close up a wound and I don't know how to do it, but maybe a friend of mine does, I've got the stuff to do it if he doesn't. It's better to have something and not need it than to need something and not have it. Okay, this is pretty cool right here. Now this is something that a lot of people are gonna think is just for people who pew-pew. If you don't pew-pew, you probably still a good idea to have this. This is hyphen chest seal. It comes with 2 of these, a set. These are to, you know, primarily you would think of these for like bullet hole wounds. Hole in the front, hole in the back. This closes that up on your, you know, on your torso. It's how you would take care of hemorrhaging there. You know, if you don't pew-pew and you're thinking, why would I have any use for that? Let's say you're out working on your homestead or whatever, or even in your yard, and maybe you're trimming some bushes on a ladder and the ladder falls and you stab yourself, okay? And it takes emergency services 15-20 minutes to get to your house. Something like this is very good to have. Also comes with a nasopharyngeal. I think I pronounced that correctly. This also has lubricant. This is to, can you get a close-up of this camera lady? This is to go in the nose of somebody and to make sure that they have their airway is not clogged. Again, this is a good one. It comes with the lubrication stuck to the bag so that you don't have to find it. And an abdominal pad. This would just be, if you did want to wipe off before you put the chest seals on, you could use this. Another abdominal. It's the abominable snowman. This is an abdominal pad, another one that's in that bag. Camera lady, I can't have you doing that. Okay, we got here a basic 3-inch ACE bandage. Benadryl allergy. This is kind of like taking your medicine cabinet with you on the go. So you've got your Benadryl. These are antidiarrheal tablets. Very good, I need those all the time. Okay, here we've got another wrap. This one sticks to itself. Here, this is a SAM splint. I kind of hate to take this stuff out, but you know what? You don't really know what this stuff is if I don't show it to you. So it's got this soft foam on the outside, but it's stiff so that you can shape it, you know, around your arm. And then if you needed to wrap it, you would then wrap this around your arm and it creates a splint for you. But yet it's nice and storable. Probably a week after I got this pack, I was driving down the road and I saw these bicyclists on the bike path not far from our house. And one lady was, she was obviously injured and the other two were looking at her. So I whipped back around and pulled up, and what had happened was she had fallen off of her bike into an ant bed. So, you know, using the boo-boo parts of this kit, I was able to help her out with everything. And then probably a week after that, I pulled up to the gas station. As I'm pulling up to the gas pump, there's this guy and he's like staring at me. He's like, as I'm pulling up to the tank, and I'm pulling up, you know, and I'm like, what is this guy doing here, you know? So after I pull up, I get out of the car and I look, and you know, I'm trying not to make eye contact because I don't know what, this guy looks crazy. He's like insane looking. He's like, he's bent over, you know, and he's like that. So I look over and I'm like, do you need some help? And he's like, I cut myself. And what he had done was he slammed his truck door on his thumb and busted his thumb open. So again, with the boo-boo kit, I was able to help him, and he's like, do you think it's okay? Do I need stitches? I was like, man, I said, you probably could use a few stitches, but if it was me, I would let it go, wrapped it up and everything, and he was good to go. Be a man. Okay, so here we are into the boo-boo stuff. I'm gonna take these out because I'm gonna show you, these don't come in this part. Basic bandages, a wide variety of bandages. Here we've got a bag of antiseptic towelettes. We've got antibiotic ointment, alcohol prep pads, iodine prep pads, an assortment of that stuff in there. Okay, and in here also, I can't remember if this came in this bag or if I put this in this bag. This is one of the coolest things in here, okay? These are Steri-strips, reinforced skin closures. You know, these are kind of like a butterfly bandage, but only way, way better. What you would think of. And I have already used these, and actually I kind of cut these down. I'll show you real quick. If you want to come over here, and let's make sure we can get this really good. This is how long they are. But I cut these in half. This one's not going to be Steri anymore. Yeah. So you can see right there. So let's say you had a cut right here on your thumb. Okay. Take that there. Pull that across. And these, for something that you would maybe have minor stitches, a need for minor stitches, you could use this. In fact, that rooster is fixing to need some stitches. Anytime I'm filming, that rooster likes to get right up underneath me. So, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I was out here filming something, and I think it might have been when we were talking about the rabbits. And Madison and Cameron went in to give their rabbits a bath, and we almost had to eat one of those rabbits. Almost had to put that rabbit in a pie, because the one that Madison was holding jumped up and like bit her on her chin And I mean, and it just looked like you had taken a knife and put 2 slices on her. Broke her heart. I almost had to break the rabbit's neck because it made me so angry. The rabbit's fine, I didn't hurt the rabbit. But I was able to use those Steri strips to close up those wounds, and then we just changed them. First made sure that it stopped bleeding, of course. Closed up those wounds on her chin, and then put a Band-Aid on top of it, and healed up beautifully. You can't tell that that was there anymore. So those Steri strips are really handy. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here that even if you don't want to buy this whole kit, or a kit this size from anyone, there are certain pieces of this kit that are just good to have available at all times. These are over-the-counter medicines that you would have. There's Advil, there's Tylenol, there's Bayer. Hydration salts. You know, if somebody's dehydrated, you can add these to, I think, a liter of water, I think is what it is that you add these to. Can you see those good? Triple antibiotic ointment. Hydrocortisone cream. Got some 2 packs of nitrile gloves. Roll of duct tape. Duct tape's good for all kinds of stuff. Fixes anything. 10 yards of surgical tape. Insta-glucose. You know, if somebody's got problems with their blood sugar, I actually do have low blood sugar. My mom has low blood sugar. Riley sometimes has issues with that. I always carry these glucose tabs with me. But if you don't have that, there you have Insta-glucose. Quick clot. This is bleeding control dressing. If you aren't familiar with quick clot, basically it is an agent that, if that's the right word, I don't know, that clots the blood right there at the wound. If you're bleeding, say right here at your neck, then what you would do is pack this in before you pack any regular gauze in, and it'll help clot that up and help stop the bleeding better. Splinter out. All right, this I want to show you. These are pretty cool. Let me show you. As somebody who has had probably hundreds of splinters in his life, and I have never had or used or seen this before, typically my way of getting a splinter out is that right there, and then you just kind of dig and dig and dig until you get it out. Let's see what's in a splinter out chair here. I'm using up my bag here. Okay, what have we got here? Basically, what it is, this is super sharp point on here, I think. A tip. This would be for like digging away at your skin, slicing away to get at a splinter, and then you've just got this part so that you can grip. And then once you've got the splinter, kind of go up underneath there and get that point on there to grab it and pull it out. I think probably the best way for me to demonstrate how a splinter out works is if I take this piece of rough sawn lumber, and I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and give myself a splinter. I'm just going to take my hand and just kind of rub it on here as fast as I can, and then see how many splinters I can get, and then I'm going to dig them out with that splinter out. Show you how good this works. All right, well, here goes. I'm not doing that. You'll just have to figure that out on your own next time you get a splinter. Next time I get a splinter, I'll use this splinter out and I'll film it and I'll show you how good this works. But I've seen other people use it, and apparently it's pretty cool to have. I think this is mostly just a lot of extra stuff in here, just extra supplies of everything. Got another pair of nitrile gloves, compressed gauze, got a survival blanket. Now, one thing that you have to remember with these survival blankets is these reflect heat. So if you put these on somebody after they're cold, they're probably not going to do much. You want to get it on them while they're still warm to keep them from getting cold. Triangular bandage. So this is something that you would use with the SAM splint, okay? Because what you want to do is immobilize whatever the broken bone is. So use the splint to go around your arm, tie the triangular bandage around you so that you have immobility in that joint around the break. All right, got a couple burn pads here. This particular kit right here, if you've never priced out medical bags or anything, medical kits, you might want to sit down real quick before I tell you the price on this. This kit right here I think was $459, which is a lot of money. But I can tell you this, after pricing different companies, they are not. It's actually a better deal from Refuge Medical on this kit, and I think they're actually sold out of this particular kit right now. It was a better deal on this kit than buying from even some of the other companies. And they don't have any junk in here that you don't need. It's all stuff that you can use. It's not stuff to just fill out the bag. And this bag is totally jam-packed with all of this stuff. They actually have some kits for dogs. They have IFACs, they have boo-boo kits. They have lots of kits there. In fact, I'd like to get a couple more IFACs, and I definitely want to get one of the canine kits for the dogs, because we've had some instances with our dogs where I wish I had an emergency kit. But I hope you'll put some thought into this. I hope you found this video useful, and make sure you're prepared, in case of an emergency. I'll see you next time.